Been speaking to many artists, musicians, singers, entertainers from the world of Irish entertainment and the Irish community since the lockdown and all of that. I'm delighted to say hello to a young lass who hails from Kingscourt in County Cavan. She's been singing and entertaining for a while at this stage and managed to have the pleasure of actually seeing her perform. Great show indeed it was last year. And it's Ellen Tinnelly. Ellen, how are you?
Hello, Jerry. How's things?
Not bad at all, not bad at all. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank God. I'm delighted to be on your show. Thank you very much for having me on.
It's a real pleasure, Ellen, to have you. Ellen, tell me this, how many years are you singing at this stage?
I'm singing. It all kind of started for me, Jerry, in 2009. I released a song called The Mother's Prayer. It was a song written for me by a man called Cavan Girl in Bidborough, a great songwriter who's since passed away. It was about my son Calvin, who was 2 at the time, and he was diagnosed with a rare cancer. And it was called A Mother's Prayer, and it done really, really well for me. And that's where it all began in 2009.
Okay, yes, I know Cavan Connolly. He was an incredible writer. He was a poet, and he wrote absolutely stacks of poetry all over the years.
That's correct, yeah, and a lot of them have been released as songs by Limelight. Barley Hill is another one, and include my own, the Fair Muff song, another one that he wrote too. So he has plenty of poems and songs that was made popular, and he's a great man with the pen.
Indeed he was, yes. I believe he also wrote a song, My Latin Love, which
correct, that's right, yeah.
Limelight recorded as well. So you sort of got into it by accident. So how's your son doing today?
Well, my son Calvin is 13 now, so he is, and he's doing really well, thank God. We still have usual checkups and follow-up appointments with his oncologist, but everything has been going well, thank God, and he's a football fanatic now, both GAA and soccer, and playing both, so thank God he's healthy and well, so it was a long journey, but there was light at the end of the tunnel, thank God. That's
brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So you've been doing that, you started off, you recorded that, and when did you start doing the live performances?
I suppose when Calvin came home and started to be, where he was off the chemotherapy and he was finished his radiation, then I started to do gigs about a year later. When things was okay with himself, I started to do gigs in a small way and then it gradually built up, then fronting big bands and doing festivals and pub gigs, and that's how it kind of built up. And with the likes of Hot Country, with my videos being on it, and the television show and local radio stations like yourself playing our music, that's how my name kind of grown, Jerry.
That's excellent stuff. I did manage to see you live at the Fair of Muff last year, and absolutely superb show, sounding great, I must say.
Thank you very much. That's a big event in our area, our local area, the Fair of Muff. It must be going over 400 years now, I believe. It's one of the oldest horse fairs in Ireland, and it was a pleasure to sing there last year. It was a long gig. I think we started from 3:30. We didn't finish till 8 o'clock. And it was enjoyable. The atmosphere was fantastic, and the crowd was, you couldn't ask for better. It was brilliant. Indeed
it is. It's absolutely brilliant, and I'll have to say the atmosphere. I was in there, and the atmosphere was absolutely brilliant. And this year, the Fair of Muff is cancelled. Everything indeed is cancelled. But you're hoping to put on an event. It was supposed to be this Sunday, but I know that you've changed it, and it's going to be held, or you're hoping to be able to hold it on the 23rd of August at Ballyho Lake. Tell me, Ellen, where is Ballyho Lake?
Ballyho Lake is, I suppose, about 15 minutes drive from Kingscourt and Drumcondra village. It's just kind of in the middle of nowhere between Carrickmacross, Kingscourt and Drumcondra. That's where it is. It's a lovely setting there.
Indeed. So, and tell me, it's you're doing this big day on. You've got a whole load of bands. It starts at 3 o'clock. And you've got a whole stack of various singers there. Tell us about it, and how did this come about?
Yeah, well, usually they have a fair day every year there in July, the Ballyho Fair Day Committee, and I would usually sing at it. But of course, because of COVID-19, everything has been kind of cancelled, and we've come up, the committee and myself have come up with this idea to do an outdoor country dance. It's a large field, large area, for two very, very local charities. A little girl, 22-month-old girl, Millie Byrne, she's from Maracloon, and she was waiting on a heart transplant since March, but thank God we got the news on Friday there, the 10th, that she got the heart and she got her surgery and she's over it, and she's in Newcastle with her mum and she's doing well, thank God. So the funds is for her and her family, and for also Kings for Cancer support group, who provide a free taxi service for anybody with cancer that need further treatments up and down the hospital as well. So there are two funds that are very, very close to our hearts here in this community, and we decided with the regulations that you're meant to take and with everything the HSE has asked us to take, all depending on of course cases and that each day, we're watching closely and how things go as well with COVID-19, but so far things are going ahead with all the precautions that's needed to take on the day.
Right, now I believe you've got a huge, for dancing, which is in general a problem, you've got a huge dance floor. We've
a massive dance floor. We've two local fairs, Nobber and Dundee Fair, have kindly lent their floors for the day, so they'll be joined on the day and made into a big floor. So look, the precautions on the day will be that people on arrival will get a temperature check at the gate on arrival, name and number will be taken. They'll also then be brought along, then there'll be stewards then when they arrive in the field. It's a little laneway from the gate to the field, and stewards, they have the option, people will tell the stewards whether they want to sit in the car and watch the show or whether they want to sit on the seat outside and watch the show. So there's both options. You can sit in your car and watch the show and still have a good view of the lorry with the artist performing, or you can sit in the field where the seating will be all spaced out 2 metres apart. Obviously, couples who are dancing, that's fine, but there will be also gloves and sanitizer and stewards around the floor monitoring how many's on the floor to make sure there is a distance there for people dancing on the floor that's not overcrowded, and the people use sanitizer going on and off the floor. You know, just kind of, I suppose, a bit of common sense, but we all have to play our part, and us stewards will be there to make sure that everybody does, and it's a safe environment plus an enjoyable day, you know, as well.
Excellent stuff. I must say, you've got John Glenn there, also Claire Dillon, Brendan German, Mickey the Butcher, well known in the area, and your good self, and also DJ Seamus Finnegan.
Yeah, so there's a great lineup of artists there, and they're all going to perform a half an hour slot, and it should be a great day of country music for all the people that's interested in that. Yeah.
It's the thing is, it's the only event which has happened for a very long area. I mean, the nearest so far of any sort of a show you've had was Ballymena in County Antrim.
That's correct. Yes, the first, and it's for one day only, I suppose too, because it's what it's for is for them two charities, and whatever, we're just keeping to all restrictions.
Right, well done on doing it, and I must say, you know, events like this, people suddenly think, oh dear, this is going to be a free-for-all effort, but yours obviously isn't, and it's been held in a very responsible manner, and taking all the health.
We are doing it the way it's meant to be done, making sure it's safe for everyone. And look, of course it's a concern, and of course there's people out there that's worried and concerned. The virus is still there and it's not going away, but as I say, things are opening up slowly, and if we all kind of play our part and do what we have to do, as the HSE tells us what to do, we have to kind of slowly get back to the things in a different normal, normal than what was before. Like, it's not going to be the same dance as what was before COVID-19. There is the restrictions, not going to be the same thing, but still can be enjoyable if everything's adhered to, you know.
Indeed so. Now, it's on Sunday, 23rd of August is the day you proposed. Ellen, listen, it's been lovely to catch up with you. It really has. I wish you all the success in the world with the event.
And thank you very much, Darren.
It's lovely to speak to you. And listen, wish you good luck and all success in the world. And as I say, stay safe, stay well, and do take care.
You too, Jerry, and thank you very much for having me. Thanks a million.